right, so this is sometimes on my own documentation and put the name of the program. I mean, you don't have to do that. I like to do that. So let's talk about the different type of errors. We're not going to copy on any of this information here per se, but we're going to talk about them. And when I say talk about that, make sure that you keep these things in mind. It's kind of simple. What type of errors would you make when you write a program? What would be the number one error? Somebody give me an answer. Throw me a bone.
A syntax error?
Yes, what's a syntax error?
It's when like you forget a parentheses or like a colon or something like that.
Correct. So yeah, exactly. That's right. Somebody else give me a different type of error. I'm waiting.
A traceback error? Is that
What's a traceback error? When does that happen?
I don't really know.
No, you don't know. Traceback errors usually is an error that comes when you run the program. It's a runtime error. It's like, something didn't go right. An infinite loop can give you some type of overflow, stack overflow, traceback, meaning doesn't know where to go back. I mean, there's a whole bunch of reasons why you would get a message like that, but those happen during execution of the program. Here it is, the program is running. How many times we call it crashing? Actually, when I first started um, computer programming, and this is a long, long time ago, we always call it the computer crashed. Computers don't crash anymore um, because they have a lot of error trapping and error handling of errors. So you will not see things very typical of the computer crashing. However, the program that you're running crashes mean it failed. Now here the traceback tells the actual programmer where the error might be. And sometimes it's not exactly where the problem is. It could be kind of in the area. But it might give you a good information. And anybody knows what this means? Semantic error. What is semantic error? Yeah. Does anyone have any clues? Clues? Do we have a birthday today? Let's take a look.
It's an error that like when the program still works, but it doesn't do what you wanted it to do.
Right, that is correct. It's a logical error. That's what I call that. It's a logical error. A semantic error is a logical error. Everything is fine, the syntax is fine, and you look at it and you say, it makes sense to me. But it turns out to be that doesn't really make that much sense, and it's going to give you garbage. Okay. So some errors can be detected easily, other errors you cannot. So a debugger could be convenient. Now, I don't use debuggers because I do my own system of debugging. I will show you that at a different time because today we're going to just try the debugger that idle comes with. Take a look at one thing that you can do when you have an infinite loop. Well, are you with me or are you watching soccer? What is that? So if you have an infinite loop, how do you get out of an infinite loop? Well, you can have, you can do a control C to stop it, or you can stop the shell, right? You can always do, if you go over here, you can do Python shell, and then it will give you a new window of shell, Python shell. All right, so let's see. Let's take a look at the debugger. How do we get to the debugger? So these are the things I'm going to ask you to work a little bit independent, because Mr. Swagger does a great job showing you how to do this. As you can see, you're going to follow these instructions and follow what it is also in the post. So let's see how we start the debugger. So do you remember the Dragon Realm? Let's go to, wait, hold on a minute. Let me see. So let's use this one first. Let's start with this. I think I jumped ahead a little bit, right? Okay, so let's try this. Everybody run this one, right? Make sure you save it. And now we're gonna run it. You can say 9. Wait. Oh, hold on. That's not what I was looking for. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, this is here. So what kind of error do we have over here? The program doesn't crash, but it's not working correctly,
The last type, what
which
is
was semantic or logical error, right? Yes. So this program has a semantic error. A semantic error is a logical error. So let's start the debugger. So how do we start the debugger? Let's go to the top. We are right now here. You should be on the actual program itself. And then, okay, go to, oh, let's click in the interactive shell right here. And then at the top, there should be debugger. Turn on the debugger. There you go. This is what you should get. So there's a whole bunch of things in here that you probably don't know, but we're gonna click them anyways. We're never gonna have globals, but just click it anyway, because there will be some errors coming from this this type of I don't know, syntax that comes in the background when all the other programs are running. Is everyone with me? Everyone? Yes. Well, are you with me? Excellent. Are you with me, Ira? Excellent, good. And I hope you all are with me. All right, so the next thing to do, and pay attention, just follow whatever it says over here. Okay, we did this, everything is checked. And let's, what does it say to do next? What is the way? Come on, where is that information? I think we just have to run the program. Let's see. Let's go back to the program. Let's go to run module. Okay. There we go. I don't know where it says that. I wanted to point it out to you, but it says over there. And remember how many times I tell you about main? Well, take a look over here. There it is. Main is a very important method that is used in many places. So keep that in mind. some of the stuff over here might not make any sense, but it tells you something. We're starting with the first line. Yeah. Say that again. So when you are in shell, go to the interactive shell. This? Oh. So when you go to shell, you go to debug, check on debugger. Okay, and then go back to the program right here. And when you run it, it will pop up. It did? Okay. Yeah, if you back there in remote land having that problem, you should let me know. So this says that this is it's in line 10. Line 10 should be over here. There's a way to actually turn on the number. Did we ever do that? I always say that we should turn on the number. Look for, on this tab, look for where it says to put the numbers in there too. Where's the line? The line number. What's going on? Anybody sees it? Huh? Oh, go to the go to idle over here and go to preferences. And now you will get this particular, I could swear they used to be here. Idle classic, okay, I don't see it. Why? I don't see it. Oh, wait. No. Nope. That's too bad. Maybe it's in format. Oh, that's that's the same one. All right. Why it's not showing the numbers? Anyways, I'll figure it out later. But so it's starting from here. Now, what do we do from here? What's the next step? So if we look at, go back over here to, one second. It's hidden. So scroll down. This is where we are right now. And now this is the next part. Stepping through the program with the debugger. So we need to find the word next. So where's the step button? Oh, right here. Take a look. Right at the top. Let's just concentrate on this part. And so we're looking at, let me change the color over here. This is where you want to pay attention to the way you actually manipulate the actual debugger. What's his problem? So remember, here's your program, and we're looking for an error. An error is semantic, logical. So we can get to the next step. And here is moving to line 11. So can I get rid of this? Because this is really bugging me. Oh, I know why. Because it was, okay. So take a look of what's happening here. So it goes to the random right here. Let's keep on going. Step. Or we can say, random step over. There we go. Keep on going. Take a look at how the highlight is changing this. And it's giving you information about what's taking place. All this information over here. Over the next one. And here is the line so far. It's giving you some information that shows you the flow of execution. That's the idea behind the debugger, is what is taking place in terms of the flow of the instructions. So let's keep on going. Oops, I meant to say something else. Oh, it's waiting. It's waiting for input. So let's say it's 15, which is not, it's 17. Press enter. And what I did wrong is that I say go. When you say go, it just keeps on going, doesn't do any of this. So let's run it again. Because we're gonna go step by step, right? Step, there you go. That's what you want to do. This is when it's gonna show you, out here, there we go. Because we don't want to be stuck inside there. Step, out, and it goes to the next one. When do I do out? These two functions over here, I'm sorry, these two lines over here is calling this function from the random library. If we say keep on stepping, it's going to be doing everything that random does. Do we really want that? No. And that's how you want to get out of it, right? So let's keep on going. We don't want this either. So over, out. And now, again, we have to enter the information. I hope you're following me. If you're not, I hope you're telling me. Now, we put it on hold. So now we have to say step. Step, over, out. Where's the output? What happened now? Let's take a look at the pattern. Although I think that the stuff comes on the top. Where did it stop? So read line again. All right, so as you can see, I'm kind of playing with it until I figured it out. And that's what I want you to do now. And I want you to give me a final line of a short sentence saying what the problem is, how you use the debugger. You can take a screenshot. And right now, I will restart it because right now is not giving me good information. There we go. And I'm going to close this one. Follow this. Take a look at what it says. Step, step, step. Go to run the rest of the program or quick to terminate the program. But many times you're going to need to use the out when you're inside the random. Right now it's using a different program to do that. Any questions? Steph?
Miss Elia,
Yeah?
do you think you could put this on your YouTube
Yes.
too, so we can look back at it?
Yes.
Because there's so many like,
So yeah,
steps.
actually it's not out, it's over. Over is when it jumps out of the function. Take a look. And now it's step. There you go. And we need to get, let's make sure that, you know what? Listen to my advice. I will do that, what you said, who was that, Ella? Also,
Yeah.
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 I will put the two things together. I will create like a little tile windows. And once we are doing this activity with the debugger, I will show you a different way of debugging, which is the homemade. I am pretty big in making my own debugger based on what each program needs. That's why when I play with this debugger, I have to play with it because I don't use it very often. Because I feel sometimes that it's kind of clunky. It's like you asking me to put this online because yeah, I don't. When you debug, you don't want to have more time debugging, learning how to debug or figure out how to debug than actually finding the problem. So I will step one more time. And as you can see, it's going through all the functions that are over here. I think that's annoying. So let's go over. So far, I didn't get the input yet. And it's still going. Can I do out? Yes, there we go. So I got out of the function, and now it's asking for information. And I'm going to put over here 7. And there we go. Now I have to tell it to step because we wanted to go to the next line. But again, it's stuck inside this function called input. So I want to get out of that function input. And it didn't work. Oh, no, it did. I'm sorry. Okay, let's do it again. I know we're going to get this right. And I want you to get it right because the debuggers are a big thing in the real world. And they're very sophisticated. And I just don't have patience with them. So it's 9:10. Dang it, I want to spend a few minutes with the other students. But okay, one more time. All right. This time I'm gonna get it right. So step. And now if I do a step, it's gonna go through this function. So what did we say to use? Over? Yes, it went to the next line. Now we're inside again the function that ends. So I'm gonna go over it, goes to the next line, over it. Yes, I think I got it. 14, press enter. I'm gonna say a step, and it's doing all these. Let's go over it. What is it doing? Over it. Is it still here? Over. There you go. And now what? Step. Step. Over. Over. There we go. Woo! That was not easy, right? So now we're back into our program. Notice what I did. So the debugger takes you from your program to everything that happens in the background. And that's why I have my homemade debugger, because I don't care about this. I'm not developing the, whatever is running in the back end. I don't even know what's going on there. So we're back over here. And now what's important about this? Let's take a look. I'm gonna step again. Is checking the condition. Take a look. I'm gonna take a step. And so something happened. Can you understand what just took place? Even though we had the correct answer, it said that it was wrong. It jumped to this one. So that means that it never took this as a true condition. And that's what you use the debugger for. What happens when it gets here, right here, if I'm giving the right number, shouldn't it give me correct? This is the problem, right? It jumped to the else. Exactly this is what we wanted to see. So that is the idea behind it. I'm going to stop recording because I want to make this available for you to work with this. But I want you to just do one module with this debugger. And then I'm going to show you a better way to do this. But the debugger should be used. What information do you need over here to figure out what the problem is? I want to know why answer, which is coming from here, is not equal to those two numbers. So here is the output, or the debugger's output. Take a look. I can't, doesn't let me annotate. There we go. Here is, come on. This is what you want. There's information. The debugger is a window to the values of each of those variables. Who can tell me what you see in that circle 3 lines that don't make sense? And that's why this program doesn't work as you thought it would.
The input is a string, but the numbers are, the number 1, number 2 are integers, so it doesn't read them as the same value.
That is correct. That's the purpose of a debugger, is to show you the inconsistencies, especially in the semantic or logical. You won't be hearing me using the word semantic very often, but the logic behind this, you're comparing a string to numbers. Remember, all the way at the beginning, we talk about how they are different. If you need to do calculations with numbers, they should be int. And here, input always gives you a string. All right, so this is the end of my lesson. You need to fix the problem. And you need to show me a screenshot of what you did. And that will be the first assignment. The rest, I would like you to spend a little time working on your own. This video will come up probably before you go home. It should be already attached to the post.